Hi. How do you do? Oh, man. My allergies are playing up today. I don't usually get really bad hay fever. I don't know if there's like ridiculously high pollen count today. But I'm like really stuffed up and eyes are all itchy and shit. What the fuck? Pollen very high apparently. What's that? Just blow my nose. I can breathe! Hooray! Oh. Oh. How we doing? Are we good? Are we good? Oh yeah, let's get a tweet out. There we go. Why isn't my NDI working? One sec, chat. How are we all doing anyway? Are we good? Are we excited for the football today? The football. The football. Deco, what do you reckon your chances are against Croatia? I quite like your chances, you know. They've not been impressive in either of the games that they've played. I'm more concerned about England against the Czech Republic, you know. Like, the Czechs have looked good. Like, I think everyone thought that Scotland were poor against the Czechs. But like, the Czechs were really good against Croatia as well. Scotland were really good against us. I think people just underestimated the Czechs. And if we play like we did against Scotland, we're gonna probably come unstuck and lose. If England lose 2-0 and Scotland win 1-0, it goes down to the yellow card count. Nice. I feel like I'll have a panic attack. Yeah, it's only the 8 o'clock games today, isn't it? There's no 5 o'clock games. Sad. Sag. Right, so we're going into the last few games of the season, chat. I posted a few things yesterday in the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, go get involved in the Discord. Keep up to date with what goes on off stream. I'd never play games, but some back of house stuff, background things, I do. So I noticed that Ryan Porteous was wanted by Al Ghafara. He's valued at 4.9 million. I offered him out at 9 million quid. And then they just straight up offered 9 million quid. So, he was one of the players I was looking at moving on in the summer. I was banking on getting about 5 million quid for him. So, the fact that we're kind of getting more than I bargained for with him is really good. What do I want to training? Career stats. So yeah, good player. He's been a decent signing. He's only been here for a couple of years. Was solid that first season. We've brought in better players than him since then. I'm looking at bringing in, again, better defenders this summer. Because defense is, I think, where we really improve. So, yeah, tidy player, but we're getting our money back for him. He's only 30. He's off to the Middle East. So, yeah, 9 million quid in the bank for him. I want to go back to, as well, for the last few games, doing the pressing forward, advanced forward double pair. Maybe even a complete forward. Maybe even a complete forward. Basically, it's... I feel like we were more dangerous in terms of the chances we're creating. We don't have that player dropping off as much, but it really should be the Shadow Striker that's doing that, to be honest. So we're going to go back to that for the last few games. We don't need... we don't need any more points. We're safe. I'd obviously like to get more points. If we can get some points against Southampton and Sheffield United, that'd be really nice. The West Ham game's been moved for some reason, so we play West Ham there, but we've got a nice string of 3 home games back-to-back. So, yeah, hopefully we can get something from it. You'll have a lovely time. The higher you finish, the more money in the bank I get. Yeah, totally. I'm thinking like now might be a nice time to bring players in that are potentially going to be starters next year for the last few games. I wanted to keep trying out with it this stopper central defender, seeing if that helps. I think if we're playing a stopper, I don't want these guys staying wider because he's going to push out of defense. So I want these guys still being a little bit narrow, just in case, you know, the scary thing happens and there's unmarked players through the middle of the park. I've also, because I've been noticing that like my fullbacks, even though my wingbacks, even though we've got hit early crosses on, I don't know whether to focus the play down the flanks a little bit more. But even though we've got early crosses on, and my players often find themselves in good crossing situations, I'm going to force them to cross to the far post. So I'm going to just ask them to get the ball, and then they're both crossing more often. Just the early whip to the far post, and hopefully we're picking out these players here. Perfect time to play around with stuff. Exactly, yeah. So we're going to be playing Elson for the rest of the season. I'm really tempted. Do we play... Freddie's not played for a little while. Elson has been good. But I'm tempted to play Freddie to try and boost his value so that people want to come in for him in the summer. But the game time is helping Elson out. So... swings and roundabouts, I guess. What I'll probably do is I'll probably split the playing time. What I'll do is I'll do the away games with Freddie, and I'll do the home games with Elson. How's that? That sounds about right. And we'll see. Because if we can get... I don't necessarily want to sell Freddie Woodman. He's a good keeper. But if we can get 25 million quid for him, we've already brought in our replacement keeper for him. And then what I'd do is try and find a... like a good young... Oh, sorry, a good older head keeper. Like an experienced older head keeper. To be our backup. Like Sam Johnston. Like, do we bring just Sam Johnston in for a season to be our backup? I like the idea of having an older head as the keeper. We've obviously still got Yunus available. Let's get a scout report on him. Actually, let's just get a scout report on all these guys. I mean, he's still playing at a high level. I mean, like, high performance level. So maybe we'll just bring Sam Johnson in. He's already way over. He's been probably the best signing of the save. In terms of performances and like actual value to the club. One sec. Really stuffy today. Maybe that's why I'm all stuffed up. Let's get that fan on, get the air moving. Going straight into a game here, so... Coons and... Who's in the best recent form? Liam. Preston Hillcroft, Nuhu. Yeah, I want you through the middle. Play Barry there as well. So we're away today, so I want Fredwood to play. Fredman. Nice. The one thing I really like with Luke Taboo is he's another player that I'm probably going to look to sell on in the summer. Like, he's valued at 17.25 million. He's a decent player, but I feel like he's going to be asking for a little... Oh, actually, as well, completely forgot to mention, Mark Piercy's coming in. Alan Mark Piercy. So he's essentially going to be the replacement for Luke Mbete Taboo. He's a little bit quicker, a little bit better in the air. Mentally, very similar. He's not as good on the ball, but for... I think I paid... What did I pay? 850k to talk to him early and get the deal done a little bit sooner. But he's coming in as a squad player. So he's going to be pretty happy rotating. He's left-footed. He can play that left-hand side. And as I was posting in the Discord last night, loads of the players that I'm looking for... let's clear you. Like the centre back that I want to bring in this summer, which is it's really annoying because there's some really, really good centre backs, right? But they're all right-footed, and I really want someone left-footed to play that left-hand side. I really want Jan Roger. He has got a lot of cons though, but he is unbelievably good. But right-footed again. I don't know whether to just kind of suck it up and not play a left-footed centre-back over there. Well, that period where Fredman... I mean, he still does. I don't know whether it's just a keepers thing or whether it's my system that allows my keepers to play really well. But, like... 7.7, 7.8, and then he's got like a few 6.9s, 7.8. But he's a solid keeper. But then again, Elson's been playing really well. He's got a 7.07 average rating, and he's played 6 games. I think as long as they've got a reasonable left foot, they're good to go. Yeah, maybe. And we can always train people to work on their weaker foot. I don't know, because there was a few players that I really like the look of. Namely, what was he? Igor. Yeah, Igor Castro. So this lad, he's not the quickest or best in the air, but anticipation and bravery are really good. Concentration's good. Decision making's good. Great work rate. Good heading and tackling. His marking's not amazing, but he's solid on the ball. And he's got a great work rate as well. So I quite like the look of him. And there's also... Where is he? It was a Greek lad. Has he fallen off my... I don't know this guy. Simonides, who honestly just looks like a similar kind of play, like a better version of Mark Piercy. So I don't think he's the guy. He's 6'5", good in the air though. So I quite like the idea of him. Oh, apparently he's not interested in signing for us anymore. There's also this guy, Ivan. Young Brazilian centre-back, left-footed, 6'6", quick. Only issue is he's not very good in the air. But I'm wondering whether I care. A little bit inconsistent, got a competitive streak. But is this where I just start signing all the Brazilian wonder kids and it gets a bit boring? He looks good. But I don't know whether he's the guy. Oscar Ojeda. Like, there's a load of these guys that I've been looking at that have got just gaping holes in their arsenal. Like Oscar Ojeda, he's fine. He's not very aggressive. He's not good on the ball. We've got Ronald Reina, who at 20 years old, I'd want him to be a little bit better. Nabil Baha just isn't finished. The finished article. I want a finished article centre back. I've no idea why he's rated so highly by my scouts. There's Federico. I think there's just not a lot of very good left-footed centre-backs knocking around, you know? So maybe if we go with, like, strong left-footed centre-backs. Who've we got here? Junior Cesar. Really strong. Either-footed. Not great on the ball. Lacking a bit of composure and decision-making. You do have a UK and Irish core. I mean, not anymore. It's kind of slipping away, that. So we've got... What have we got? 10 English players. 1 or 2 of those who... like, Luke's probably going to be leaving in the summer. Jaden Bogle's going to be off. I think Delap might be going as well. Like, if we sell Freddie, like, it's trickling away. Porteous is off. I mean, Yanez is Welsh. We've got a few Scots, but we've got a dwindling British core to the team, and I do want to keep that. Not to the point where I sign Dane Murray though, because he's just not very good. Let's pick some attributes. So I want at least, what, 11s in all these? 10s. If you weren't 32, you'd be perfect. It's Ecuadorian guy, 23 years old, Sheffield United. He's all right. It's Igor Castro. I've already put a bid in for him because they just keep saying no. He's got like a 45 million? 42 million release clause. I don't want to be paying 42 million quid for him. Mr. Lips! How do you do, sir? How the devil are you, sir? I was hoping someone like Terry Taylor would be really good. They're just not. Fairly strong, reasonable. See, Jan Roger has a reasonable left foot. We could work on his... Actually. You're right only. Jan Roger is very, very good. He's also a bit inconsistent and injury prone, but he's also very, very good. Do we sign him and get him working on his left foot? I'm good. Cheers, Mr. Lips. Declare some interest in him. Have you got any games we can go to? I don't think I'm subscribed to the Belgian League. No. Roger. He's just really good. Like I say, I get he's inconsistent, but he kind of makes up for it in being incredible everywhere else. He's only 19. Like, he's not dark orange inconsistent. So maybe he'll get a bit more consistent with age. But tackling technique, his heading's really good. He's 6'2", he's quick, he's agile, he's got great balance. We could work on get him working on his left foot so he's a bit more comfortable on that left-hand side. Kid shopping again. Always, mate. Always kid shopping. And I think if we pair him up with these, even if we go back to a back four, we're going to have a really nice, we'll basically have 3 top-class centre-backs. That we can rotate in. Show me what you can do, boys. Let's be having you. So a nice strong end to the season. Few wins, few more points. That'd be nice. I got think. I forgot that this lad existed. Feety up. Like, he started 38 games for Lagana, scored nothing. Not a bad turnaround, though. 29 now. Is he just not as good this year? Time for England to get slapped off the Czechs. It wouldn't surprise me. If we're as passive as we were against Scotland, we might be in danger. Because the Czechs have looked really good. I really like the look of, what's his name? Patrick Schick. I could definitely see an English club going for him this summer. You know where would be a really good fit for him? Southampton. Like, if Southampton lose, because there's rumours that Danny Ings might be off. Okay, if Southampton lose Danny Ings and bring in him, because he's a really good, like, athletic presser of the ball as well. What a goal. What a goal. That's the advantage of playing 2 advanced forwards. Is it just, well, 2 attacking forwards. Is he just pushes the defence back. Lovely ball from Howcroft. He's really grown into that role. I just wish he could cross a ball. Arp killed his career going to Bayern. You could say that about so many German players, though, couldn't you? Like, how many really good young German players have, like, jumped at the chance of going to Bayern really, like, early in their career and then just not gone on to do anything? It's like they'll get their first contract at a German club, kill it for Schalke or Dortmund or Leverkusen or whoever, you know, like, they'll let their contract run down so they can get that move to Bayern. And then Bayern have just got this 30-man squad of, like, 15 world-class players in their starting positions. And then all these promising youngsters who never get a look in unless they're ridiculously good. I think Art's the most obvious just for the wages he's ended up on. There's been a few, like there was a few midfielders a few years ago that were looking really good and like just got snaffled up by Bayern, and then they've just not done anything. Same with Nubel. Like, is Nubel going to be their long-term goalie? Because didn't they have another goalie? I've forgotten his name now. They had a really good young keeper there who just couldn't get a look in because of Neuer, obviously. Great ball. That was the longest one, too. Yeah, Fructal, yeah. Yeah, Cuisance. Renato Sanchez. He didn't kill his career at Swansea. Like, I think he got to Bayern. And they realised he wasn't ready, so they sent him out on loan. It just looked like a lot of pressure on him. He's looked... The couple of games that he's played for Portugal, he's looked really good. He looks like he's back to the level where people thought he would be. Because he's still only, what, like 23, 24? Big fan of these early crosses to the far post. Really like Fructal. Yeah, because he came in, was it last season or the season before? When Neuer was injured? And yeah, made a few, like, bad errors, but, oh, good save. By all means, wasn't he pretty impressive? Just player stacking. Let's switch these round. Nice to get a second goal. We've kept them pretty quiet, though. Why is everyone looking sad? I want Kuhns to have like a really strong end to the season so that maybe teams want to buy him. Because he's been so inconsistent over the season. That's exactly what I want that central defender to do. Step in, win that ball. Look, I really want these... Let's force it out wide. Let's focus the play out wide. So that ball could have been so much sooner. Great ball. Oh, Crawford. He's just not a great finisher, is he, Crawford? That's the issue. I think we're working on his shooting now, aren't we? Clicked on the wrong guy. Crawford. No ball control. I should really work on his shooting. Because he gets in really good positions. His finishing is just not very good. He's got great composure off the ball. Let's do it. Shooting. Come on, son. You can kick on a little bit. Get you finish up to like 12 or 13. But he should really be hitting double figures goals a season. Like without pens. Like Juve. Yeah. Didn't Juve have a ridiculous, like... Didn't they have something like 80 youth players at their club at one point or some shit? Like... and, like, they were all out on loan. It was the same with Chelsea for a while. But they were, like, just stacking young European talent. And, you know, domestic talent as well. Let's get Luke on. Let's get Wes on. Let's get Chris Pete Atterson on. Let's do that switch. Just need to remember to do this switch when I bring a different left back on. Oh, okay. I need to remember to change those back. Let's try it on the counter. Do you know much about PC? I've got a 3060 and an i9. Nothing feels like it's on the toaster. I've no idea, mate. You should be fine. Check the Liam Delap. He should have had one there. Go into your task manager. Check how much RAM it's using. I don't know. Maybe make it a priority process. Have you got to Google around, see if anyone like is having the same issues with an i9? Maybe stick something on the Sports Interactive forums. It might be a really easy fix or something. Your 2080 i7 gets a bit warm from time to time. Yeah, I'm on an i7 1080. I mean, the graphics card shouldn't really do anything. It's all processor power. Crate ball out. Go on, Isaac. Oh, dear. Great block. Who is that? Milito. You legend. Shearer not on a yellow. I know, right? Oh, no, he is. He is. Did he get it literally as you just said that? Here we go. Counters on. Square it, Felix. That's a beautiful counter. Come on. Speaking of fans in my computer, mine needs a clean out. I'm really debating selling both of my computers for parts and buying one new computer. Just kind of downsizing a little bit. He fucking did. What a man. What a legend. Well in Isaac. There we go. That was a really good away performance, that. Liam Delap with a brace. Nicely done. We win again. We're up in 11th. We are battling away for a top 10 finish. Yeah. Everton have got 2 games in hand. We do play them, though. But we're not a million miles away from 8th. Like, we're literally a point behind. Norwich have got a better goal difference. We've got the worst goal difference in the top half. But we're slowly, like, just chipping away at it. What does Roger say? Well done, son. The space that having 2 attacking forwards makes for each other is really, really good. Let's get Junior working on it. I mean, he's quick and tricky. He just needs to work on his finishing a bit, to be honest. We're working on that. Yeah, he's shooting. Let's get his finishing up. He's not aggressive, so he'd be more of an advanced forward, but... even so. I really want this lad, though. Where is he? So, like, there's 2 strikers that I really want to sign. And they're both in underperforming championship sides. First off, there's this lad. Ben Voisey, who I've been watching for years. Like, I saw him come through, like, when we were in our promotion season. And I thought, this lad looks really good. Good work rate. He's quick. You know, great first touch. Like, he just seems like a really solid player. 15 to 31 million, so he's affordable. But he's good. But this guy, who's not even in their first team, I think is the guy just in there. Like, we're going watching their games. Just in there. Could be elite, I think. Favorite case is Leon Lee. I'll be honest, I don't know that much about computer stuff, man. Cases are much of a muchness, aren't they? Like, just whatever you like the look of. Oh, shit, sorry, Jod. Yeah. Dennis Dragus. I forgot you asked about that at the start. You can fit 10 fans. All RBG, all the RBG. RBGesus. But yeah, I really like this kid. Really, really consistent. He's quick. He's a dribbler. Great teamwork. He's like tidy on the ball as well. I think he could just be really, really good. And yeah, I think if any of our strikers go this summer, like I still think someone's going to come in for Coons. But maybe even Lee and Delap. Maybe we'll lose our 2 strikers. And next season we go forward with maybe Joe plus another. But we go big and sign just in there. The whole 1K is costly. I know, right? I just really like the look of him. I want to stick number 9 on his back and send him out scoring millions of goals. The Dragon. How's he doing? He's scoring a lot of goals. 29 years old now. Yeah, he's been a Standard Liège, scoring shit tons of goals. He's got 123 goals in 217 appearances. I'll give him a scout for you. Give him a scout so we can have a proper look at him. It's 20 goals in 30 games this season. It's impressive. Freddie Woodman, team of the week. Couple of saves, got himself a 7.4. Why am I even considering selling that guy? Hello. Oh, no, he's the guy who went to Hertha Berlin. Yeah, he's very good, isn't he? There's so many ridiculously good young Brazilian strikers. So both your PCs to buy a new PC. Yeah, it's something, because I like an upgrade, and I want to get one of the 30 series cards, but they are like rocking our shit. I'm gonna cancel the offer. We'll go back in the summer. Is there any games we can go and watch for them? He's not actually playing for them, though, so I don't think it'd make any difference. But yeah, like, I know there's companies that have got them for their pre-builds or, like, their built systems. So I'd end up paying a little bit more. But I'd be able to get, like, the system that I want. So I'll have a think about it. Ugh. The Master Nick, thanks for the follow, dude. I mean, we're safe. Why am my board, like, still not giving me loads of money? Should I just ask to improve the youth recruitment network again? How long have I got my contract? Come on. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah, that's the thing is graphics card prices are so ridiculous. What I'd probably do is I could even like just buy a new system and then stick my 1080 Ti in it until graphics cards aren't ludicrously expensive. But at the same time, if I'm selling a 1080 Ti, now's the time to do it. Come on. The fans are behind me. Want the same for the club. The rivals. Oh! We did it, chat. That's like the 4th time I've tried to do that. Milorashika. That's a good signing for them. He's been tearing it up in the Bundesliga, hasn't he? Milo. Milorashika. 24-year-old. Maybe not tearing it up that much. Did he? I thought he played loads more than that. But I guess he's going to be the replacement for what's his name? I mean, Buendia. Oh no, isn't Emmy off? He's off to Villa. Yeah. Why did I say Canswell? Because he's the other, like, impressive attacking young player, isn't he? It's a good return for a Bremen player. Yeah, true. Very true. Towcroft. I think the only way we'd improve somewhat, like, on Tom Howcroft would be bringing someone in who is actually, like, a winger who can play that middle part of the park. So, like, a proper... A proper, like, De Bruyne-style player. He's just going to drift into those half spaces, whip the ball in. Because those balls in behind, he does them so often. I can only think that if he was better... If he had better crossing, he'd just be better at that. Like, he'd find those balls more often. He's a good player, him, though. He's actually a very good player. He's kind of the player that I was hoping Wes Preston would turn into. He's a solid backup. He's got too many cons, though, I think. He might be the player that might be a good player to move on. I can't believe we got him for 300 grand. Should have a look for a midfielder who can cross. Decision making, technique, first touch. Marco Bracken at Dijon. 23-year-old Dutchman. Hates big matches, though. Which isn't good. Which is a shame, because he's very good. Vim Bartons. We've got it then. Paul Wagner at Basel. Ooh, hello. The Liechtensteiner. Can play all across. Great passing, great vision. Martin Clason. Here we go. 18-year-old Argentinian Mazzala. Let's give all these guys a scout. Do I like building PCs? I do like building PCs, yeah. It's just a shame that PC components are so ridiculously expensive right now. That and I have no money. So I said this, like I was giving this some serious thought last night. There might be a point in a couple of months where I have to take a few months away from streaming. Unfortunately. Because just due to my living situation, work situation, and things going forward, I might have to go and move back in with my parents for a few months. Just in terms of, just because of crossover times. Now, the internet in the little town that my mum lives in is crap. So there's a chance that I'm not going to be able to stream there. If I can't stream, there's going to be a lot of YouTube content. But hopefully what I'll be able to do is be back online by November when the new game comes out. Which would be ideal. But if I was doing that, that's when I'd probably upgrade my setup. So that might happen. We'll see. I got this region with 20 pace and 9 acceleration. Bit of a Gareth Bale. As long as the channel exists, my sub remains intact. Like, I was looking at it, basically, it's just because there's no, like, decent fiber connections up in the little town. Which means there's only, like, an 8 meg upload. To be honest, I could probably just reduce the speed of my bit rate. Maybe just go back to 720p, keep streaming. Because, like, as long as I'm streaming Football Manager, it doesn't matter too much. Or, like, other little strategy games and things. But it might just mean that, like, if I can't stream to as high a quality as I usually would, maybe the streams dial back, and then the YouTube content comes in. Maybe. We'll see. I wasn't intimating about anything about subs or anything. It was literally just prepare yourselves. I live in Malta, don't talk about bad internet, I suppose. Who's playing the next 3 games? Right, so we've got Bournemouth away. We've got 3 home games. So we'll keep the same lineup. I like how we played then. I think we played very well. Why have a lot of these players not got their faces? I'll try and sort that out after. I'm gonna have to find new streamers. Ugh. No, I'll just do loads of YouTube content. Hey, Nev, how you doing, sir? But yeah, that's the case. Unless, like I say, like this week, I'm hoping I can have some talks with work. some contract talks with work. At which point it won't matter, and I'll be staying put. But if the thing is if things stay as they are, I am gonna have to move in with someone. I'm gonna have to find a housemate, and I don't particularly want to live with anyone. I've got a couple of mates who are away that are moving back in about 6 months. How do you leave? How do you leave the game? I thought it was here. Is it? I'll leave mine though. There's always the back catalogue on YouTube. There is that. Look at all these guys I'm scouting just in there, though. Come on, sign for me. Am Man United going to win the league? Could this be the first title that Ole brings to Man United? My God. Does anyone need match fitness? Yes. Everybody needs match fitness. There we go. Under 23s. Quick pick. Shunya. Might as well play him in there. Kyle. Luther's dead. No. Luther. But yeah, no, I would like, I'd use it as time to kickstart things on the YouTube, I think. Try and because the thing is whilst I've talked about this before, I find it hard to put all the as much effort into YouTube as I should be, because I prefer streaming. So I'd rather not release just half-assed videos like I have in the past, where I've tried to find a quick workaround to get videos out that aren't up to the standard that I want. So what I'd probably try and do is, well, what I would do is use that time to find a way that works well and a production style that works for me, that whilst doing good quality videos. Junior's got a hat trick. Nice. And then obviously I can carry that on into when I get back to streaming. Maybe like reduce the frequency a little bit. Maybe even just like stream 4 days a week rather than 5 or 6. Zheng Jihang. Okay. I like the idea of doing like really short form content, like so like 5-minute videos like the Special Dan one. Like I like the idea, I just didn't execute it properly. I didn't write it out properly. Because that needs to be written. Like that needs to be scripted. And then maybe some more like tactical stuff if I'm doing Football Manager. I could also do. I really like the idea of doing some other content. So like City Skylines content as well. Like I really love playing that game. That I'd find that really easy to do and really easy to edit. So we'll have a see. Oh, the Cabral. Okay. Nice. I have no idea why they're telling me about this. What did I just do then? What? Do the 1 hour challenges, 6 options to build an hour. I like the idea of just kind of like I've been doing with the stream, but what I'd do is I'd just record like an hour's worth of footage. And I know how I know how I'd go about editing it to lower the time frame to like half an hour or so. Like, because I've been watching loads of the City Planner Play stuff. I've been getting loads of YouTube recommendations for like really popular City Skylines YouTube content. Some of it's not that good. Like, some of it is good. Some of it's just it doesn't look great. I think the way I play it, like, it'd be quite fun to watch. Diversify my my content a little bit. Now you start training well, Ryan. Right, we're playing Bournemouth. They're in 16th. We could really be challenging for the top 10 if we can get a couple of wins against these weaker sides. There's a lot of those that, I mean, a lot of the ones that I've been watching haven't got a planning background. The City Planner Plays obviously does, but like some of the ones I've been recommended, just they haven't been that great. Like the cities don't look that good. Or like there's no kind of like continuous thought process for it or like long-term planning for it. Which I think is like pretty important in a game that's about planning out a city. Let's get Yanez back in actually. I wonder whether we send Gira out. Whether he moves on. So Yanez is coming back in. There we go. We're in the 4th best form in the league. Pick where you left off, boys. Let's go. Pew. Tackle him. Someone kill a man. That was a really nice bit of play by them. Well defended. Well cleared. Oh, well Incuns. Just couldn't turn quick enough. Forced them all the way back, though. Oh, Petri with the old tackle assist. We can't get a hold of the ball. Getting behind a bit. Let's counter-attack. There we go. Easy. Just little things like, I don't want to, I'm not proclaiming to be a great player of that game, but when I'm plotting out new areas, I think about the connections with everywhere else, whereas like loads of players just don't. So it just all ends up with like a big splodge of stuff with no connectivity in the middle. And it's a penalty. We've not given away a penalty for a little while. Save it. Save it and I won't sell you. Demand more. Some of the DLCs today, University Transit and Snow. I've not played on the Snow map. On the Snow DLC yet. I've got all the DLCs though. Everything apart from the music. So now I've got all the DLCs, I've got all the creator packs. So I'm there. I'm up to the level where I need to be. Kind of like how I was with CK2. Hey, why are we playing like crap? Stop this. Is this just going to be one of those games where everyone plays badly? Try and force the play forward a little bit. Go on, Felix. Snow DLC's wild. Yeah, I've seen gameplay of it. No, let's drop. Let's drop right off. change it up. Let's go 3 up top. Gonna yell at him. Because we're just not doing anything. Not getting involved in the game at all. We just have the odd game like this where we just... My players look completely devoid of any intention of playing football. It's just happened again. They literally just walked through us. There was a man running from the edge of the box that wasn't being marked. I've got 4 defenders in front of him, and no one goes towards the ball. That went over my goalie's head. Right, no wonder he's fucking done. 3-0 against a relegation threatened side. This'll... Oh, not relegation threatened. They were 17th, though. They were just outside the relegation zone. Let's make some changes. Who's been terrible? Wow, you've been really bad. You can come off. You can come off. Not even on the hour. Let's make all the changes. There's just no one running towards the ball. What was that? Honest to God. Four shots on target, 3 goals. Really bad. We get a goal, maybe? I feel like he's just gonna do it all on his own. He's gonna try anyway. Great ball. Got one back. Is he offside? Piss. Piss. Oh yeah, you wanted to look at Troy Parrott. I'm really sorry. I completely forgot. Remind me after the game. Cross the ball! I mean, he's just scored a wonder goal, so. We've looked better since we switched to positive. Maybe that's the play? I don't know. Can we get back and nick a point? Cram everyone forward. Great tackle. Get across in, son. Take 4 touches first. Preston! Go on, Felix. Oh! Freddie Woodman has had an awful game today. Really, really poor. I mean, a lot of them have. But he's been particularly bad. Just blow the whistle, ref. Far from pleased with that result. Is this where we lose our last 5 games of the season again? Let's, you know what, let's drop to positive. Stop the tempo. Yeah, let's do that. Switch to positive. Redmond's getting dropped. Who else had a really poor game that game? I'll rotate a little bit this game. Isaac. 5-4-3. Get a day's wage. Wow. 5-4-3. Right, okay. We're gonna bring you out for a bit. Finn can play. Felix stays in. How are you as a Shadow Striker? You're coming out. You're coming out. Let's just rotate the people who were Crawford somehow managed to get a decent... He's actually been in decent form recently. He's been playing better. I just wish he could finish his chances a bit better. Barrow on the Beach Volume 2, I know, right? Man United keep on winning. 4 games to play. Can Ole win them their first title in... What will it be? What was it, 2012, 13? Yeah. First title in 17 years. Hot damn. Hot damn. No. Like, there's so many of these players who are just hankering for new deals. It might be new deals time this summer. Because we got Joe. We have these three whose deals are up in a year. Joe's probably the only guy I'd want to keep on. Probably Wes. I mean, we could... I wonder whether we could sell Wes. Just while these contracts are running out. We've got all these players. Look at the amount of players whose contracts are up in 2 years. So we've got Milito. In 3 years, sorry. So I really need to start thinking about the players that I want to keep around here. And offering them new deals. And they're gonna be big deals. Felix just needs to sort his shit out. There's a lot of questionable players in the squad now on squad statuses that they don't deserve. Yeah. Junior scored 4 goals as a advanced forward. Like, I don't want to do too many just, like, clear out sessions, you know, of my first team squad. But at the same time... I don't want to be offering people new contracts with ridiculous gameplay, match time expectation. Maybe, like, if we... What I'll do is this summer, we'll bring in our newer players, and then I'll look at the players who I want to stick around. And then, unless they're going to be signing deals that I'm happy with, like in terms of they're going to be squad players rather than first teamers, then we put them on the to sell slate next summer, you know. What's your prediction for the game? What's your opinion on Southgate? I'm a little concerned that the Czechs are going to press us into oblivion and we're going to get battered. I think Southgate is too pragmatic as a manager. There's certain things you can attribute to players, like in poor performances, and then there's certain things that you have to attribute to the manager. Lack of tempo, lack of verticality is a tactical decision rather than a poor performing player thing. It's harder to say than I thought. His squad selections are a bit confusing at times. His substitutions are really questionable at times. I'd say, like, his game management is on a par with Ole Solskjaer, and I'd say that's his weakest part. Like, Ole's in-game tactical decisions and substitutions are really poor. The thing that Ole's better at is trying to play vertical transitional football, which is great. What a lot of the United players are great at, and it's a load of what the England players are great at. They're really good at transitional football, and what he seems to want to do is the players to knock the ball sideways and backwards a load and play with zero tempo. I just don't rate him that much as a manager. Southgate. He's still available on a free. Sign a new contract. Still hoping he'll make a load of changes tonight. Not convinced. Sancho, I can't believe that Sancho's not got on the pitch yet. I want to, like, should we go to the tactics screen? What lineup do I want to see tonight? Here's the England squad. So this is the lineup from the first game. What do I want to see today? I don't want Walker in the team. I'd probably want Trippier or James out on this right-hand side. I'd like to see, if Maguire's going to play at all, he needs to play in this game. I think Stones have been really good the first couple of games. I'd like to see Maguire come in. Same with either Shaw. I mean, the fullbacks are much of a muchness. They're very similar players. Shaw or Chilwell on this left-hand side. But I want to see an orthodox, like a traditional wing-back, fullback. Chilwell should probably get a start. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Chilwell or Shaw, though. Someone to... Because they're both very similar players. They're both okay defensively, but they're both really strong going forward. They're good at the overlapping movements. They're good at, like, these runs. You know, where they kind of go on the overlap, and we've obviously got, like, players in this 10 spot who can run on the inside. I'd like to see... I think Sterling should get a rest. I'd like to see Rashford in on this left-hand side. I kind of don't want to see Rashford play because of the injuries he's carrying. But what I want to see is probably Phillips come out and Grealish come in and play as more of a 10 with DCL coming in up front. Then on this right-hand side, I'd really like to... I mean, Foden's been good in the couple of games he's played. But I'd like to see Sancho starting on this right-hand side. So I want Grealish being like basically doing the job that Harry Kane's trying to do, is being that number 10. But we have an actual out-and-out striker. Rice, I think, has been really good. If Henderson wants to play any of the tournament, he needs to play this game. But I feel like he's just coming in as a cheerleader. So that being said, like I'd like to see Mount play a slightly deeper role. He's still good from the 8 spot. Or maybe even Jude Bellingham comes in. But I think that'd be my ideal lineup. I say ideal. That'd be my choice today. Needs to be fullbacks, much of a muchness. I think if you want Maguire to come in and be a part of the team going forward, he needs to play today. He needs to get an hour under his belt at least. Same with Henderson. Oh, Mount and Chilwell are out, aren't they? Yeah, they're in isolation. Right, so I'd like to see Shaw. Is Reece James out as well? That's weird. But yeah, that's the front four I'd like to see. Either Rashford or maybe even Saka. Like, I really like Saka. I think he's a brilliant player. Someone who's going to stretch that left-hand side. Trippier or James, yeah. I could see Walker coming in because... I mean, James played the last game, so maybe one of these two. I could see Walker coming in. All of our right backs are good players. I think. Trippier, I prefer in the final third. There's a really good video that Tifo IRL have just done on Trippier, actually. It kind of highlights why he's good in attack. Why he's good on the right-hand side. Walker's obviously got, like, elite pace. Reads the game pretty well. He's the most solid all-round defender, I think. The most solid all-round right-back. But he doesn't excel in anything other than pace. Saka's starting. Has that been said? I can see Saka coming in for, like, and Rashford not playing. He is carrying knocks. I can see Foden having a rest. Like I say, he's been decent. He was the only attacker that was any good in the Scotland game, but he's played 2 games back-to-back now. But if Saka's starting, I really like Saka on that left-hand side. And actually, Saka playing on the left-hand side, having more, like, traditional wingers, having Saka and Sancho on the pitch, plays into Calvert-Lewin as well. Because obviously he's great at getting on the end of balls and anticipating balls across the box. Almost like you want Trent there. No, Trent's not a good enough defender. I think Trent is a wonderful footballer. I just don't think he's a good defender. But that's the lineup I'd like to see. Rice doing like the screening job that he's been doing really well. Kind of dropping back into the back 3. Have Shaw pressing up high and wide. I could see Trippier even starting on the at left back maybe. But it'll just allow kind of Henderson or Bellingham to, or whoever starts in centre mid. Grealish finding these half spaces that he likes to work in. These guys holding the width a little bit more and having Calvert-Lewin attacking the box. My only worry with that is you've not got wide players who are attacking the box. Unless you play them on the opposite flanks. Because they're more likely to like try and hit the byline and cut things back. And Grealish, as good as Grealish is, he's not a player that's going to like burst beyond the striker. He's a player that likes to pick the ball up in these kind of areas. And then face up people and run at them. Unless we're going to get a midfield runner or something like that. Kane confirmed to start by Southgate. I can only assume that he's trying to play him into form then. Because he's been awful. Joe wants a new contract. No. But that's what I like to see today. Barry Petrie is really good at sorting out players whinging. Thing is, you can't, like, he's looked really sluggish. And I don't know, the only thing I can think is it's not a fitness thing. And it's just a performance thing from him then. If that's the case. Because he looks like he needs a rest. But if he doesn't need a rest, then he's just playing badly. Because he just looks really, really slow, like off the pace of the game. He's just not the player that we even saw at Spurs at the end of the season, you know. All these guys are praise. Tell them they're great. I love you. Against into a B-Tech Bobby. Yeah, he's just not been good, has he? It's nothing to do with Kane. The system Southgate has him in. It's not good for him. The thing is Kane needs to decide whether he wants to be a 10 or a 9. He can't do both for England because England they've not had the time to work around what he does, like what he's great at. That's the issue. Like Spurs' entire play and squad is built around letting Kane do what he wants because they have basically strikers in the wide positions to run beyond him. And then the midfield set up to let Kane have that space. Whereas the England squad isn't set up like that. Doesn't have the team built around that. And you just find Kane getting in, looking lost in that number 10 hole. So he's an elite goal scorer. Like his finishing's exceptional. Like plays a 9. When you're in the England squad, plays a 9. You've got players behind playing as a 10. You've got Mason Mount finding those spaces. You've got Phil Foden cutting in. You've got Grealish who can come in. Like, you've got players who can create. He doesn't need to be the creative force like he does for Spurs because we've got those players. That's the issue. There was one moment in the game against Scotland where he was the guy. He dropped so far back down the pitch. He played a 1-2 with a centre-back. He played a 1-2 with one of our centre-backs, and then he started walking back up the pitch. It's like, you're our centre-forward. What the fuck are you doing there? I get that he wants to go around the pitch and do, like, and be a part of the play, and be a part of the build-up, but it was literally just a give-it-back ball. It was pointless. He'd literally dropped all the way back. Where is he? Kane. You prick. He'd literally dropped all the way back here in the build-up to play a 1-2 ball. Like, a 1-2 ball back to that, and then he just, like, pondered back up the pitch. It's like, you need to be the guy pushing the back line, being on the shoulder of the last defender, if you're going to be doing, like, if you're on the pitch in this England squad. Especially against Scotland. It was ridiculous. I think he got pulled off straight, like, not long after that. Southgate to shoe on players into his system. That's not an issue. That's not a problem. He just needs the players playing the role. He's got the players to play the roles that he wants them to play, right? He's got a dynamic double pivot. He's got a person who can sit in front of the back four. He's got a person who can break forward from the centre of the park, like Calvin Phillips did really well in that first game. He's got wide attackers who can attack the box. He's got a strike. The issue is the players just need to play the roles that he wants them to play. I want him so bad. Holy shit. They don't want to sell him. And he's really inconsistent. Oh, I don't want him anymore. Captains. I guess Pedro, yeah. Or you play Kane at 10, DCL up top. Yeah, or you do that. If you want a legit number 10, I really like how Mount's played in that position, though. Like, he does drop deep, work, you know, will work to defend. I feel like that would be harsh on Mason Mount. Sancho's got to start today. Like, if he doesn't start today, why is he even gone? Like, we've taken so many attacking talent, so many wingers. The Grealish isn't even starting games, but at least he's getting on the pitch. But save. Why have you even taken Jadon Sancho when we could have taken a better centre back or a stronger midfielder or something? You know, a central midfielder who's not injured. Why even bother taking all these players? If he's not even going to get on the pitch, you know? I'd say the same about Rashford, to be honest. Why take Rashford, who needs surgery, who's taken a knock? Just don't take him. You've got all these forwards who can literally play across the front line, like... Demand more. We're not playing very well. See, this is my... Like, whenever we play a non-attacking mentality, my players look so passive. What a strike. We've done nothing in this game. One of the 26 haven't played yet. Ben White hasn't played. Kind of Cody hasn't played. Neither of the keepers have played. Sancho's not been on the pitch. Who else? I think that's it. Oh, obviously Maguire and Henderson. We're doing nothing. DC Albion. Yeah, he's come on in both games. No, he didn't come on in the Scotland game. He came on in the first game. I'm sure he did. Literally, like, we've entered the last few games of the season, and all my players have decided, nah, fuck it, can't be arsed anymore. Again, the exact same thing happened last season. Like, they're just not doing, like, nothing's happening. Calm, how you doing? Think you missed the trick not taking Watkins? Why? Got loads of forwards. Got too many forwards. He's still taking too many forwards. I'm good, man. Just losing my fucking mind at my players being shit in the last few games of the season again. Every Why play for the entire season when you can just completely switch off at the end and ruin any chance of a good finish? We've had one shot off target in this first half. Sheffield United, who are relegation threatened, are beating us 1-0. And they're playing better than us. Yeah, like, it's just the first half of games. My players just can't be arsed, ever. You don't need to do it as well, actually. Be better. Felix Kunz is playing like an absolute wanker. What is going on? What do you think the score prediction will be tonight? I could see if we don't have any pay, if we play like we did against Scotland, I think the Czechs are going to beat us. I don't think Scotland will give Croatia a game. There we go. It's got his goal. He does that so often. He plays like absolute shit and then just gets a goal. You'll probably get an assist now. Apparently he's very consistent. My thought with consistency is weird, right? So, consistency is a great attribute, right? You consistently perform to the level that you play at. What if you're in a bad run of form? Is it harder to get out of a slump in form? Is that a thing? Or does it mean that he's like more likely to stay in a consistent run of good form? It's my Berbatov. Yeah, does dick all for a game, scores a wonder goal. Get you off. Croft's having a bad game. Get Joe on. Do I make the triple change? Get Junior on the 55th minute. What could go wrong? Oh yeah, I need need to do this. Because we just leave ourselves open to the counter if I don't. Literally just like, I just changed that because we opened up on the counter. You fucking kidding me? Guys? Fancy doing anything? Anything at all? Hello? 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 What's happening? The entire game is just going. Not a highlight. Not a single fucking highlight. Jesus Christ. Go on, Junior. Oh, he's just missed it. Not a single fucking highlight. This is exactly what happened at the end of last season. Like, my players just, like, switched off completely. We played, like, complete shit for the last 5 games. Lost every one. And then we just dropped down the table. Try harder. Do something. Oh my god. And then, like, this, just, like, nothing happens for the last half an hour of the game. We conceded and then did nothing. So my players just plodding around doing dick all. Fingering their own arseholes. Come on. What a first goal. Young Joe, what a ball in. That's a great cross. Great finish. Oh, go on. Let's get the BM winner. Or concede the BM winner. That's game over now. I'm going to yell at them because we were shit. We weren't good enough. Second season in the Prem. So, like, top 10's slipping away from us because my players can't be asked playing. We've now got a couple of really tough games in Everton and Arsenal. Who are you? Like Cardiff? Who else wants players? Just scare them all off. No, I want Barry Patrick to stay around. He's a captain. Oh yeah, also corners
And wallop.
and wallop. Ash, how are you doing, sir? How do you do? Actually. Let's have that. I'm good, cheers, dude. The Who's welcome. Yeah, I just want my players to try and not be shit for the next few games. If we win another game, that'd be nice. Wow. Juarez. He's just made 8 appearances off the bench. That's not what we agreed on. Maybe he goes back out on loan next year. Doo-doo. Hey, Xbox Gamer, I do. David Alan. Yeah, cool. Whatever. Our under 18s team is pretty stacked now. And they're all like players that have come through our academy as well. A few 4 stars, 3.5 star potentials. Deco, Duff, Sebastian Lundberg. We'll see how good these guys turn out. How have my lone boys been doing? They've been. I mean, we just have the. Oh, Pinto's done that. What was it? Loan. There we go. Monthly loan summary. So Grant Dugdale's actually had a pretty solid season. MK Duns. 46 appearances, 6 goals, 3 assists. I think he's probably like... Well, they've been playing him. That's probably his level, though. League One Championship. Stuart McKenna, same kind of thing. Richard Wright at Rochdale. 14 goals and 6 assists. What have you been playing? All over the place. Mr. Versatility. I do like him. I just don't know if he's ever going to be good enough to get in our first team. He's 20 years old now, so maybe it's time for him to go and move on. Reese is off this summer. Thomas Povey. He's just lacking a little bit in his... You know what? He could be a good long-term option. Maybe he comes into the first team next year. A good long-term option is back up to Isaac. He's 20 years old now. It's kind of like shit to get off the pot time with him, isn't it? I think we'll do that. We'll probably move on. We might even move on both of our right backs, and he comes in as our option. McDade. It's time for him to go on. Jimmy McMahon. Yeah. Time for him to move on. He's not quite the right fit. I need to work on the Thierry Henry laugh. Tina Paredes. I don't need more keepers. Oh, speaking of, actually. Sam Johnston. How are you looking, son? We might bring him in as maybe a third choice keeper. Everyone's training well. If you start playing well, that'd be great. I'd appreciate that. Get the boys back in. Get the boys back in town. Everton, 11th at home. Then we've got West Ham. Why have these games been moved? Grr. Let's go. Do West Ham have cup commitments? Yeah, maybe. West Ham. Oh yeah, Europa League. FA Cup semi-final as well. That'll be one. Dakar. How are the midfielders we're looking? Paul Wagner. Ooh. This boy looks quite good. He's not playing for Racing Club yet, which is weird. He's got a buyout clause. Him as that Mazzala. Sitting in. Whipping balls in. He's very creative. He's also got a good cross. Oh, he might be the long-term boy. Mez, yeah. Hallcraft shaking. Well, if we just got both of them, it just means we've got really good options. Everton are in awful form. Watch us lose. They're like 18th in the league for form. Let's go. And we're at home. Definitely losing. Oh, yeah, we'll have a look. What's that? We'll do it now. It was also Troy Pirate as well. Troy Pirate, where are you? He's at Milan, killing it. He went to Man City for 69 million, did nothing. Milan bought him for 26 million. He's killing it in Milan. 33 in 60 games for him, 27 now. He's mint. Who's what's that striker's name again? I forgot where he is. Where is he? Dennis who? That's it. Dennis the Dragon in it. No. Dragus. He looks pretty good. He looks solid without being outstanding. It might have been a different... I mean, he scores shitloads of goals, so he's good at that. It might have been different if he was... if there was an actual manager looking after him. A real-world manager. Standard Liège. Still got Pickford. Why are you not winning headers, mate? What's going on? I wonder whether having not a captain as captain really affected us last game. We can't clear our bloody lines here. Again, another team that's just pushing right up into us and we can't handle it. Slow it down, lads. Try and keep the ball a little bit. Or I'll give them the ball and don't know what to do with it. Either or, you know. You do you. Let's look at this. They've got no one covering midfield. But we can't get out. As soon as we play anyone who pushes high and presses us in our own half, it's like my players don't know what to do. Play the ball. Whip it in, son. Counter him. They're essentially pushing all of their front six up. Look at that. Look at it. Considered a diamond to give you a foothold in midfield. I'll struggle with 3 midfielders, mate. Again, this is a team that's in really, really bad form. I think we were 18th in form. And we just can't get out against... Look at all the space. Get it to. I need these guys dropping into this gap here. Look at the gap in front of their back four. There's so much space in front of their back four. My players just can't get on it. I'm not happy. Everyone's playing badly again. Someone press him. Someone press him. Like, there's no one pressing anyone. I'm literally, like, push up, press. No. No, we won't do that. Just people looking at each other. So frustrating. We'll just throw it to them now. Yep, straight to them. We've scored. He's first of the season. Good ball in. It's taking a set piece for us to break him down, though. Season's almost over. Yeah, no one gives a shit anymore. Literally just nothing's happening. Have I, like, switched to key highlights or some shit? We're getting to the end of the games, and, like, just nothing ever happens. I'm just making sure that we actually... we have that on. And is he offside? Yeah, he's offside. Mile off. Go on, Finn. We've nicked a load of those like little counter-attack goals at the end of games. We should have been doing that the entire game though. Like, they've been so high. It's literally just 2-on-2. Nice assist from Coons. 2 assists for him today. Just nothing's happening. Absolutely F all. Just throw the ball straight to him. Why not? Why wouldn't you throw the ball directly to the opposition? It was a good one. Do well out there, son. Just leapfrogged Everton. Top 10 still on. Unlikely, though, because we got Arsenal away last game of the season. We need to win this game. There we go. He's a natural now. He's a natural. I was so sure he was going to eclipse his goal scoring. I mean, he's got 10 assists this year. He's been way more creative. Let's just keep these guys out there. We won. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we stick with it? Two more games. It's been an improvement on last year anyway. I think we've scored more, conceded less. Already. So, yeah, we've got 51 points. That's the points improvement. We finished on 43, was it last year? 43. Big improvement in points. Conceded 60, scored 55. We scored 67 last year, but we did concede 82. So we have been way better defensively, but I think we're just lacking something in attack. And I don't know whether we change our system back. Now we've actually got better players. Maybe we go back to a 4 at the back system. Because if we go to a 4 at the back system, it means we don't need as much of an overhaul in defense. But I think what I would need is a really good defensive midfielder. I think I'd need a really good... Unless we go with like a... We could try a 4-2-3-1, I guess. We're in a 4-4-2. The issue with that is we've just brought in loads of really good strikers to play a 2 up. Let's save. So these guys are dropped back here. I'm just thinking about roles where people would go. I've just realized. There we go. There we go. CM, Mez, and support. Could have a false 9. I don't have any, like, natural wingers. Ooh. You know what we could do? You know what we could do? Go Man United 4-4-2 style. We're going to try this against Arsenal last game. See how it looks. I want to win this game. We're probably going to lose the game against Arsenal anyway, but I want to see how we look. Who's our best crosser of the ball? No one. Really strong mental side. Not very creative side, are we? He's fine. He'll be fine. Bruised ribs, mate. You're fine. Grow up. Junior is Beckham. He's left-footed. We could switch the sides though. No, I think what we'd do is we'll play Crawford in there. So we'd probably look at Crawford out there almost as like a wide playmaker. Fucking hate this game. Jesus Christ. Like whipping the ball in from a deeper spot. Of Yanez as the box to box. And then Coons and Delap or someone up top. I might even try this game actually. Should we give it a go? Christopher's got 15, 16 crossed in. Yeah, yeah. It's not as creative though. And if he's sitting in the middle of the park, then I kind of want him playing the through balls. Should we give it a go in this game? It doesn't, like, honestly, these games don't actually mean anything. It's a case of finishing. I mean, Everton could leapfrog us again, but we either finish 11th or 12th. Maybe 10th. We could jump as high as 9th, which would be nice. I just don't think it matters too much. Let's give it a go. Fuck it. I do not know the system. Why not use an actual wide playmaker? Because a wide playmaker cuts inside to their inside foot. So when you go onto wide playmaker, it forces the play down there anyway, but it forces them to cut inside. Also, it forces them to dribble more. It forces you to do a load of stuff. Whereas if you use a wide midfielder, you can doctor it a little bit more. You can get the exact same instructions, but you can control it a bit better. Do it for the fans, boys. Let's go. No one cares about the fans. Let's go. Let's see how it goes. Jesus. That's a bit worrying. Oh, you know what we need to do? Focus it down the fucking flanks. If we're going for proper Man United style 4-4-2. Get it down the flanks. Coonsy's turned him well. Can you finish it? Nah. Oh, I need him gambling on that. Have him being a bit more reserved. Not a fat lot happening, is there? Then again, how much is that if that is just us being bad? Let's go. Oh no. Well in, Yanez. One sec. Do that. Okay. Woo. If you gave it the full Simeone, it'd be really fun. Takes away from the Barrow Solona, though, doesn't it? What a ball! Crespo! The far post. What a cross in then. First time. Oh, Felix. You've got to finish that chance. Oh, lucky. Have another go. Great ball. Oh, he's off. That was a wonderful cross, though. It was a great ball. Milito's starting to look really good. Yeah. I mean, both of my centre backs that I've got here are looking really good. Milito and Galus. He's struggling. I'm not having the best game today, but Crawford breaks on. Oh, come on! Neither of you made the run. Why did my defender just stand off then? Just let him shoot. Anyone want to go near? Anybody want to go near someone? Jesus Christ! Just as I was praising my defenders, everyone looks shit. Howcroft's having a shocker. Everyone's playing pretty badly, actually. Are you fucking kidding me? Do we just concede 30-yard screamers every game now? Go back to this. It's ridiculous. Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Phillips, Rice, Saka, Grealish, Sterling, Kane. I don't hate that. Where the fuck's Jadon Sancho? What the fuck? Sorry. What? Why is Sancho even there? What is the fucking point? What's the point of Jadon Sancho being there? Oh, I made all my changes. Lol. Pissed on Gareth's vest. Equalizer time, maybe? Anyone gonna try anything? Try playing some football, maybe? Felix has done absolutely dick all again. We've conceded 2 absolute screamers. And we've done nothing. What unfair. And another awful final ball. Penalty? Oh fuck, I saw that! I saw that when he ran round the corner. Oh man! This is my stream uniform. What do you mean my stream uniform? Another game where we've just been really, really shit. Average rating 6.52. What do you mean, Kins? What are you talking about? I've worn this shirt every day. No, I've not. And this hat. I've worn this hat every day, I think, yeah. Apart from when I've not worn a hat. It's all pre-recorded. I wore this shirt yesterday. But then I've not worn this shirt for ages. I've got a couple of shirts that are a little bit similar. Like black paisley stuff. Yeah, don't bother showing the cross in. It's fine. No. False. Yeah, I'm gonna thrash my arms and tell them that we're terrible. And I'm gonna go find a load of players because they played like absolute wank yet again. Kinsey's not a fashion critic, she's just a critic of everything. Let's find my players. You get a week's wage taken off you. You get a warning. You get a day's wage taken off you. You get a warning. Can't. For whatever fucking reason. Get half a week's wage taken off you. You get a day's wage taken off you. Oh, you are really bad. You get a week's wage taken off you. And you get a warning. No, I can't warn him. Felix, mate. What do we do with Felix? Do we sell him? Is it my system that's the issue? Like, am I doing something really fucking stupid that means my players every now and again just play like absolute dog wankers? Stop it. Let's get someone good doing it. Let's get... Where's Scalzi? Elson's training well. Nice. So we're not going to finish in the top 10 because, again, end of the season, my players just decide not to play football. Very annoyingly. I saw there was a Snapchat filter that makes you look like bloody Pixar face. It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. Let's go get battered by the Arsenal. Battered in the arse. And then we start rebuilding for next season, I guess. We've been way better defensively, but I don't know whether the move to the back five has been the best for our play all season. Last season, we were good at kind of keeping the ball, creating a ton of chances, defensively a bit shaky. Whereas this year, where's our XG? Proper, like mid-table XG4. We've got a good conversion rate and good shots on target ratio, so we create good quality chances. But like we're not kind of playing the football that I set out to play. Create a decent amount of clear-cut chances. And maybe using players like Junior out on the wing might be the answer. I don't know. Sure. Freddie's gonna play. Play Junior and Coons. No, we're gonna play. Let's go. So I think he's gone yet again with 2 DMs. Yes, he has. Why the hell has he even bothered taking Sancho? Like with that match selection, I bet. Oh, yeah, it's really entertaining, really fun. Playing Kane and Sterling, who've been shite the last couple of games. Sterling was shite, other than scoring a goal in the first game as well. Like, why even bother taking a load of these players? What's the point? What's the point? Jesus Christ, lads. Which is Scotland and Croatia instead. Don't blame you. Probably with the more interesting game, to be honest. Playing Grealish as a 10, or you'll find it hard to find space, make an impact in the game, his own personal agenda. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch, mate. I'd have played him in the 10 anyway. Mason Mount's been playing in the 10. Jesus Christ, lads. Mason Mount's been playing in the 10 and finding loads of space last couple of games. So I don't see why he'll... Playing in the 10 gives him more opportunity to get on the ball and affect the game. My issue is the fact that he's going to have Harry Kane getting in the same space as him. Sancho's been one of the best players in the Bundesliga this year, and he can't get a fucking start in a team that's been offensively inept. Are you fucking kidding me? You just got beat at your near post, you absolute wanker. What is going on? Honestly, my team just don't give a fuck at the end of the season. They just do not give a fuck. So much better from the left. All right, well, if you put Grealish on the left, okay? You put Grealish on the left, and Kane is playing as the striker. Who's running beyond the defense? Because Grealish doesn't run beyond the defense. He comes deep, gets the ball to feet, and faces defenders up. Runs at people. He doesn't run beyond a striker. He's not going to get in the box to score loads of goals. Like, I understand the selection. I just think that the players in the positions aren't the right ones. Jesus Christ. Everyone just plays like dickheads at the end of the season. And I'm tired of it. How do you change it? How do you make a team want to play football like for the final 5 games of a season? I don't understand. I don't know how to do it. Is it literally because there's like nothing to play for? Good goal, that. I don't know if Foden can play as a 10, but I've seen him. Rather see him at 10. Grealish left winger, drop Sterling because he's shocking form. Again, you play Foden at a 10. He's not a guy that really runs beyond a striker. He scores goals, but he's a player that wants to take the ball in the space in front of a defense. So if you're playing Kane, Grealish, and Foden, you're playing 3 players who want to get the ball into feet in front of a defense. You don't have anyone stretching it. I'd rather have, like, Sancho does that as well to an extent, but he will look for balls in behind. He will run in behind for a ball. The only real players who will stretch a defense are Sterling, who's in awful form, Rashford, who's injured, or Dominic Calvert-Lewin. If you're playing Grealish, you need to have Calvert-Lewin or Rashford or someone or one of those in the team, which is why he's picked Sterling, even though he's the worst option of the 3 at the minute. He's off. Looks like I say, why is he bothered taking a load of these players if none of them are going to get any game time? What's the point? He's taken, like, what a run. What a goal. Why is he bothered taking a load of these players? Like DCL, like Sancho, like, you know, why is he even taking Rashford? He's got so many forward players. He's got a really thin midfield, and he's insisting on playing with 2 holding midfielders. What does Saka bring? Pace, trickery, creativity. Saka's great. Saka's a really good player. I'd have liked to have seen Saka on the left, Sancho on the right, and DCL through the middle. Yeah, Saka's really good. I really, really like Saka. We've conceded 2 corners this game. I don't think we've conceded 2 corners the entire rest of the season. No idea why you picked Ben White over JWP. Because he doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, give away another penalty. Give away a few penalties at the end of the season. Why not? Why bother winning games, you know? Wow, there's loads of players playing like they don't know what a football is. You can come off. You can come off. Get Junior on. He's a great statesman, great leader. What makes you say he's a great leader? He's not a very good manager. Win the Prem. You had 3 attempts at it, mate. Finished mid-table twice and then got Middlesbrough relegated. And then has just been in charge of England youth team since then. Until he got the manager job. Sancho has 76 goals and assists in 82 appearances. Yep. He's phenomenal. Why would you want him on the pitch? Why would you want Jadon Sancho on the pitch when you could play Raheem Sterling, who's had an awful last 6 months of the season? Why would you want that, you know? Yeah, I guess. So the starting 11, who would it be? Talked about this before. That'd be it. Oh no. It's all moved around. Let's remove all that. So I've had Maguire, Stones, Rice. If Henderson wants to play any football at the tournament, he needs to start. I'd have had Shaw at left back purely because Chilwell has to self-isolate. I'd have had Calvert-Lewin up front. Grealish, Saka, Sancho. That'd have been what I'd have gone with. Grealish can operate in the 10 role, finding the spots. These guys are good at finding wide areas. Bellingham or Henderson can be the kind of like box-to-box option there. Rice will sit deep. These guys will get up and support wide. Sancho will maybe play a little bit narrow, but Calvert-Lewin's dangerous in the box. And have Grealish doing his thing, getting the ball, facing people up, looking for balls through for the runs of Sancho and Saka. And the only reason I'd play Maguire is because he needs to play unless... I don't think Mings has been awful. He's had some really bad moments in games, but generally in the games he's been solid. But yeah, if he wants Maguire to be a part of the rest of the games, he needs to play in this game. I think Rice has been good. And yeah, like I say, Bellingham or Henderson. But we're lacking so much in midfield. I've got no real midfield options because he's brought 400 forwards. We lost 5-2, conceded another goal. Do we change the tactical system again? Finished 12th. If I got to pick the midfield option to register, who do you select? I'd have brought Rice and Phillips. I'd have brought Henderson. I'd have brought Mason Mount. If you're classing Grealish as a forward, then I'm not going to talk about that. I'd have brought James Maddison. I think James Maddison's a guy that can get on the ball, change things from deep or higher up the pitch. James Ward-Prowse probably would have got in the team. Why Saka on the left and Sancho on the right? I mean, you could play them on either side. I think the reason I've got it there on this is because like I'd be playing Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin's great at getting either on balls into the channels or balls cut back. And if you've got these guys on their stronger foot on the outside, then they're cutting the ball back in. It's great at getting on the other crosses, great anticipating balls in. It's just a really good forward. That's what I'd have done. Interesting, yeah. Well, if you've got DCL through the middle, you don't need to have as much the inside forward player that England have needed the last couple of games, because he's not going to drop off the line as much and do the, you know, trying to play as a deep line playmaker like Harry Kane does. Loads more sponsorship. Kuhn's really dropped off the end of the season. I feel like we've got good players. I'm struggling to get them clicking. Yeah, whatever. End of season break. Let's go to... Let's go to the United States, why not? I don't even want to look at the last goal we conceded. Shut up. Whatever. Whatever. It's like we've literally just, the last 2 seasons, we've comfortably avoided relegation. We're mid-table side. We say, we'll stay mid-table. There's no way we can do that. That'll be ridiculous. If you have 2 players to run on the wing, basically cross it in, you don't have many players who actually score. Hey, 9 million quid. Oh, we're going to Ewood Park. Go to Ewood Park for a year. DCL is a bit inconsistent. I don't think he's that inconsistent. He's got one of the better conversion rates in the Premier League. Enjoy Mordor. I know, right? How much money are they giving us? Have they told us yet? 63 million quid! Let's fucking go! 60 million pounds. And players who are wanted. Right. This is the question, chat. If we change system, so I've got... I don't think we're not going to use this. Go away. We could go with a 4-2-3-1. Or a 4-3-3. Who plays where? Right, who are all our best players? Junior could play out on wide. We've got Galus. I like that back too. Knew who's good there. We'd need a new left back. We've got Yanez, who can play as the defensive-minded central mid. And then we've got players like Tom Howcroft. Crawford can play in the 10. He's a natural. He's a natural DM. He could play in there, actually. The one issue we'd have is on the left. Coons would be up front. We could go with that. And we bring in a really good left back. Could go with that. It means we've got space to move on some of our forwards. So I'm thinking like Liam Delac moves on. We've got Finn as an option off the bench. We've got Joe Gellert as an option off the bench. Assuming we keep hold of Coons. It means we don't have to bring in... We don't have to bring in a centre-back. We go with the 4-3-3 we were using before. We can have Crawford getting forward and supporting. Basically doing the Mazzala role, getting in the half space. Like, his crossing's not too bad, but he's creative. Or we have, like, a more box-to-box player in here. And we bring in a really good, like, anchorman / halfback to play in here. We could even have... Galouse playing in there. As our halfback. Could have Galouse playing in there as our halfback, and we could bring in a centre-back and a left-back. I think if we're going to do that, Crespo's wanted, and I wonder whether we just try and cash in him here. Or whether we keep him around. He is one of our team leaders. Yeah, tackle harder. That's what it means. What makes a player, an opposition player, a good target for this tactic? If they've got low bravery, or maybe kind of tired, or a little bit slow, or they've got bad composure. If they've got low bravery and composure, like closing them down and tackling them hard is a good move, because it'll put pressure on them, and they're more likely to rush a decision. It's like when a player's quick, you tend to want to stand off on them. If a player's slow, you kind of want to tight mark them. Because maybe Galouse turns into our halfback. So he sits back into a back three. Maybe we go with this again next year. Because of like as good as solid as we've been defensively this year, I think that's just like an improvement in our defenders. And I think if we, you know what, I'm gonna commit to this by clearing these slots. Clear slots. What am I doing? There. So I think we're going to go into the next season with this, which means we need... I think we need another centre-back. We either need a centre-back or a half-back. But I really like the look of him as a half-back. He's aggressive. He's good in the air. He's tidy on the ball. Reads the game well. You can buy something for the 60 million. Yeah, exactly. Like, we've got that. We've also got players who we can move on. It's like I was saying, I think it's time for Liam Delap to move on. He's valued at 31 million quid. So maybe he moves on. I like Joe Gellart because he's versatile. He can play off either flank, can play up front. So we'll keep him. But yeah, left back, centre back, I think. We need to find ourselves a really, really good left back. There's this guy who I was really interested in. 19-year-old Colombian guy. I wonder whether he's good enough. Miguel Vega. Guy at Hertha Berlin. Steve White at Leeds. I like him as a slightly more defensive-minded left back. I just downloaded FM and Xbox. I've got a clue what I'm doing with Liverpool. Need some tips. First thing I'd do is I'd click on your staff list, go into your responsibilities, and then in things like staffing, just delegate all this. So then they'll hire your staff for you, look after the staffing. Scouting, again, delegate all that. Transfers and contracts. I'd take control of contracts and first team transfers and then delegate the rest of it. Media, just delegate everything. Then all you need to worry about is picking your first 11, setting up a tactic. And if you want to set up a tactic fairly simply, go and create a new tactic. You'll have a little recommendation at the left of what your team's going to be good at. So, for example, like it says here, my team's going to be good at vertical tiki-taka. So then you can choose the formation and you base that off the players that you've got available. So it's recommending that we play a diamond narrow. And then you can pick your players there. So these are already roles that are going to work. So you'd have Crawford, a Carolero, a good Carolero would be Yanez. In terms of the roles, the best thing to do is just hover over the role. So it tells you, you've got a little descriptor here, like so you can see what kind of movements your players will do. But just read what the role does. Try and find a good balance to the setup. And you're away, yeah. Just like that. And the more you play it, like just the more you play it, the more you'll want to take control of, so you can go back in and take control of certain things that your staff do. You'll understand the tactics a little bit more, and it's just a growing process. Just bear in mind, it's a game that it's okay to be bad at, you know? You don't have to win every game. If you lose loads of games, but you figure out what's going on, and you figure out a little bit more about the game, then you're doing well. You know? Except for the complete lack of scoring threat, I rate Scotland. Shea Adams had a few decent chances against England. Shea Adams looked really like a bit of a handful. I think if they get balls into him and around him, like I think he could be decent. If you lose a game, you alt F4, flip a table and reload. Well, that's, you cross over from that. Don't care about losing games to feeling like you know what you're doing. So you go on big winning runs, and then the game doesn't make sense for a while. So then you get angry. So you just turn into salt mode. Salty mode. But yes, we've got some business to do. But that is going to wait. Oh, because I'm hungry. I need to go and eat. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I love you all. Thanks for all the follows. If you're new to the channel, hit that follow button. Who's live? Who are we raiding you over to? Jeeta's on. Let's show Jeeta some love. Right over to Coach Jeeta. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Very much appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, hit that follow button. Go and get involved in the Discord. Follow me on Twitter. I don't think I'll be live tonight because I'm back in work tomorrow. So I don't fancy doing a 4-hour, 2 a.m. City Skyline stream. So I'll probably chill out. But I will be back. Or I should be back tomorrow evening. Go keep an eye on the Discord. All that kind of stuff. For updates. Yeah. Love you all a long time. Hope you enjoy the football tonight, whoever you're supporting. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.